Hi, it's me, Kara. I wanted to continue off of the last video that I made because it cut off right in the middle as I was talking about white women dating black men and how some black women just have a problem with it. First of all, I don't have a problem with it. I don't care. But I have a problem with black men who will give all of these reasons as to why they don't date a black woman, but will find a white woman with the exact characteristics that they hate in a black woman. Like, they will talk shit about fat black women and then date a fat white woman. They will talk shit about our lips, our hair, our skin color. They will talk about our nose. They will talk about our tiny waist or big booties, or they will talk about everything about us that they see as visible blackness, but then praise a white woman because she has those features. That's why I'm not impressed with, I was about to say Little Kim Kardashian's Soul Food Saturdays, because one bitch, you know good and well that black women can droll down in the kitchen. My grandma can droll down the kitchen when it comes to some soul food. You know, I'm not that best of a cooker, but you know what? One of these days, I am going to make the exact Southern fried chicken that my grandma made. You know, I'm not trying to be one of those, I'm a wife, you know, I should be cooking. But you know what? Cooking is therapeutic. You know what? But the fact that Kim Kardashian is trying to cook soul food, you know, it just shows that she really wants to be black, you know, as Marshmello said. And it's like, we ain't gonna accept you. You know, dragging Taylor Swift didn't make me like you because I felt like it was all contrived. You wanted people to forget that you yourself are a racist. So I just was not impressed. But like I said, you know, I'm not going to give white women too much credit of they can take our men, because guess what? You can't take nobody's man. You can't. You know, if that man wants to leave, then they want to leave. But don't sit here and think that you the one that caused him to leave, because that's impossible. You know, he's a grown ass man. He makes his own decision. When a man cheats, he cheats. You know, so I don't care. I'm not going to say that all these white girls be taking our men, because they always like to say that. It's so funny how a lot of women will sit there and say, you can't take nobody's man, but they want to gas themselves up like they can. Like, I took your man, or all these black guys like me. And I'm just like, who cares? Because all of the time, I will be on Twitter or Facebook, and the black guys that will be trying to hit on me or flirt with me and I'm not that into, they will make posts saying they want a light-skinned woman, a woman lighter than me, because, you know, the lighting in this video makes me look so light-skinned. But, like, you guys seen me before, I'm medium brown. But a lot of times, they will say they want a light-skinned woman or a woman that's white, and then still try to hit me up like, hey, what's going on? And I'm kind of like, if you want yourself a white woman, fine, but leave me alone. But they don't want to leave me alone. Half these black men that say they want a light-skinned woman, or they want a white woman, or an Asian woman, or a non-black Latinx woman, won't leave us alone. Like, leave us alone. Go away then. Because I don't care. You know, I don't care. Also, I wanted to bring up the Chloe Moretz situation with Khloe Kardashian, and how people were typing in shoes next to Chloe Moretz's name. I feel like that was wrong, and not because I'm one of those, oh, it's misogynistic if you call out a white feminist out, just because why did you have to specifically type in shoes? I just feel like there was other things you could have talked about, or you could have brought up that Chloe Moretz talks about on her recent tweets. But the fact of the matter is, you're just focusing on the fact that she talks about shoes. And that's something that you just deliberately looked for. And I felt like, why did you have to just go in on shoes? I thought that was a little bit odd. As someone else said, you know, that's not necessarily misogynistic, but still, why would you just specifically go in on the fact that she talks about shoes? Like, just type in shoes next to her Twitter handle. I thought that was just a little bit odd, but you know, I understand, because you want to talk about shoes and Barbie dolls, as Soren Sensei said, or Sensei, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but as she said, you know, you want to talk about all this silly, fun stuff, but then when we want to have fun and talk about dragging Taylor Swift, then it's like, oh, worry about the real issues. But you're not talking about Black Lives Matter. You're not even saying things about the cops. You're not even saying that horrible phrase, all lives matter. So, like, what is your opinion on this whole situation? Like, tell me. Tell me. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's talk about Melania Trump's plagiarism. I don't really have much to say, because frankly, I don't care. I'm not really into politics. I feel that politics are all vapid and silly. But I just find it so funny that these days it's been proven that black women are the shit because so many white women want to copy us. Melania Trump stole, or I don't want to say stole, but she plagiarized or read a speech that was almost verbatim from the speech that Michelle Obama read back in 2008 when Obama was running for president, just becoming president, or, during the election process. And people have been dragging her from left to right. People have been making excuses like, well, it was a speechwriter, someone else did it. She didn't do it consciously. First of all, I agree, we have speechwriters, okay. But I find it hard to believe that Melania and Trump and all of them weren't in on this somehow. I feel like they would be that underhanded that we're going to take this little black woman's speech and just make it all fancy, because she ain't shit, she's a monkey, let's take credit for what she does and just make it better. And I just laugh because it's another case of white women just stealing our shit and thinking that they can get away with it. And when they get dragged, people want to make excuses. And the thing people had brought up was Melania Trump is from Slovenia. She's Slav, I believe. I don't know because I think there's like similar names to it, so I don't want to get it wrong. But someone mentioned that she was Slav, and she's not from America. She's an immigrant. But Donald Trump is anti-immigration. He is xenophobic, but only towards brown Latinx people, only towards those who are from Latin America. He doesn't have a problem with pretty little white, thin European women, but he has a problem with brown Latinx women, brown Latinx men. I just find it so funny that he wants to sit here and say, I have a problem with immigrants, I have a problem with Mexicans, but you got a wife who is speaking in a very thick accent, reading a speech that's not even hers. So it just, your whole political campaign is just a walking contradiction. And everyone acts like Melania is just a stupid trophy wife. First of all, I don't know anyone that would find Trump appealing unless they themselves have racist views. I don't think that she's some dumb blonde or some dumb brunette. I don't. I feel like she's just as complicit, okay? She may be quiet, but I feel like she's just as racist because why would anyone find Donald Trump attractive? You have to be a piece of shit to want to marry Donald Trump. But you know what? It's not even about the fact that she's his wife. It's just, I'm just in disbelief that so many people think they can get away with screwing over black women, and then when it hits the fan, then they want to play victim. I just don't understand it. I don't understand why you would plagiarize someone's speech. It doesn't make any sense. I guess they thought that they could get away with it because it's Michelle Obama. She really ain't shit. And it's also funny that Michelle Obama is one of the best first ladies that we ever came across. So many people have compared her to Jackie O, a white woman. People have made posts about Michelle Obama and Melania Trump, and someone saying that Melania Trump will make America great again because she's thin and white and conventionally pretty. But who's been compared to Jackie O, the quintessential first lady? So, you can hate on Michelle Obama, call her ugly all you want, but at the end of the day, we all know that it's not true. She's intelligent, she's pretty, she was, I believe, Barack Obama's political advisor, and that's how they met, and that's why they are together. So, she has a lot going on for herself, a lot more than a lot of these white women. It's not about pitting women against each other, but you try to pit white women against black women and then get mad when that black woman has more credentials than that white woman, and then suddenly it's, oh, why does it matter, they're all women, we shouldn't put women against each other. It's funny when you want to compete white women and black women with each other and say, oh, this white woman is better, but then when we say no, that black woman is a lot better, she's smarter, she's prettier, she's nicer, she's funnier, she's more talented, then suddenly, oh, like we're all women. They did that with Emma Watson and Beyonce when people said that Emma Watson shouldn't have been nominated as Feminist of the Year. It should have been Beyonce. But people were saying, oh, why does it matter? You know, they're all women. Stop pitting them against each other. Because Emma Watson wanted to talk shit and say things like, oh, Beyonce's too sexy. You know, she makes it about her looks. And then she gets nominated as Feminist of the Year. Because, again, every time a black woman does something well, the white woman wants to come and just knock her off her peg. And that's what Melania Trump was trying to do with Michelle Obama. And I don't believe for a second that she was innocent. I believe that, you know, she was in on it as well. You know, she thought it would be funny. So what if she had speech writers? Okay, I understand that maybe someone, you know, I don't believe that it was just her speech writer, because why would anyone just randomly say, hey, let's just plagiarize a speech? Why? If I were somebody's speech writer, why would I just decide I'm going to plagiarize? I'm just going to take it from somebody else. That doesn't make any sense. So I feel like it was all orchestrated. I do. And that Legends panel video I watched of Melania Trump just having all these black voices dubbed over her video was just so funny. You guys have to see it. Cardi B, Jocelyn, Martin Luther King, all of them just dubbed over Melania Trump's speech. It is so funny. So many people had a hashtag where Melania was quoted saying, I'm a proud black woman, blah, blah, blah. You know, all of these obvious black quotes. All my life I had to fight because Melania Trump is an underhanded plagiarizer, you know, trying to get credit for a black woman's work. For a black woman's work. All this fuckery. You know? I really don't have much to say. It's just that, you know, white women are going to white women, and white folks are going to white folks. Black men are going to black men. The Kardashians are going to Kardashian. You know, it's just the same song and dance. And there's really nothing else, you know, to talk about right now. I don't understand why Taylor Swift would lie about not being told that she was going to be put in a song from Kanye West. You know, I can understand from her side of the story if she felt like she was bullied or backed into a corner, like, oh, you know, are you sure? Is it okay if I put you in a song? And maybe she could have felt as if Kanye was guilt tripping her, using the friend card to make her say, yes, you can put me in a song. I kind of understand that, because I've had friends where I would say I'm not really comfortable with it, but then they would try to back me into a corner like, oh, you know, we're friends, you know, I just want to make you comfortable. You know, you don't have to say yes or no, or you don't have to agree or not, you know, just let me know. And I would feel guilty about it, and I would say yes, but just to get them off my back. So that could have been a case with Taylor where she felt like, well, okay, you know, I'm just going to get Kanye off my back because it's not a big deal. But then when she actually heard it, she probably felt like, you know what, I don't really like it. You know, I kind of feel offended, and I may have agreed with it, but I just don't like it. You know, that's what she could have said. But instead, she made it like she never talked to Kanye. She never had any recollection of being told that he was going to put her in a song. She made it like they never talked, and they did. So I feel like if Taylor had just said, you know what, we did talk, I did hear it, but after hearing it, I just feel like that wasn't cool. I said I agreed with it at first, but then after a while, I didn't really like it. But I don't know. Because I feel like, in a way, Kim and Kanye would be that underhanded to sort of manipulate the situation, to record it so they can say, well, Taylor said it was okay. We have it on tape. So she can't really say that we defamed her because, you know, it's on tape. So I feel like that could have been a situation as well. I don't think anyone is innocent in the situation, by the way. I feel like everyone has had a hand in screwing people over, doing some shady things. So, you know, I'm not trying to say I'm on one person's side, but it's just ridiculous. Like, I cannot even understand. And usually I would go so hard on these white women just doing things to black women that's just screwed up, or to black men that's just screwed up. But I just cannot for the life of me understand why anyone would just plagiarize a speech and think they can get away with it. Why?